On freelance platforms like Fiverr, basic YouTube thumbnails are currently listing for $25 per image. We are going to construct a before and after split, a specific layout designed to contrast failure with success. To maximize the potential profit of this service, we will build the entire asset using only the free features of Canva. You only need two components to start: a free account and a transparent photo of a person. By following this specific assembly process, you move from the role of a viewer to that of a creator with a functional template. First, set your canvas dimensions to the YouTube standard, 1280 by 720 pixels. Replace the blank canvas with a dark, textured background image. Expand the texture to the edges until all the white space is covered. Insert your subject and anchor them to the absolute bottom center of the frame. A common mistake is leaving the subject too small, creating empty space that dilutes the focus. Because viewers browse on mobile, your subject must be scaled large enough to remain legible at a fraction of its size. When scrolling, the subject's eyes serve as the first point of contact, pulling the viewer toward the center. Prioritizing focal dominance over subtle details ensures the most important part of your graphic is visible across all device types. We'll build the failure side first. Place a rectangle in the top left and set it to this specific red, hex code FF3131. For the text, use the Poppins font family. Type Day 1 inside your red box. To make the text stand out from the background texture, apply a thick black outline. Below that, add a secondary label. For this example, we'll use Noob SEO. To add a neon effect, go to Text Effects and select the neon option. Set the intensity to 40. This provides a clear glow without making the letters blurry or unreadable. Create a white container below the text to hold your data. For the before state, we'll use a low number, like 200 views. Finally, add a downward pointing arrow and match its color to the red used in your top box. This combination of red tones and downward vectors uses standard visual shorthand to communicate a state of failure in seconds. To build the right side, select all the elements you just created and duplicate them. Move the cloned group to the right side of the canvas. Invert the color scheme by replacing the red with green, hex code 01DF2E. Change the text to Pro and flip the arrow to point upward. You'll notice the new text boxes are now covering your subject, which makes the layout look messy. To fix this, change the layer position. Move your subject image to the absolute front of the stack so it overlaps the text boxes. This places the text cleanly behind the subject, maintaining the 3D depth of the composition. Select your subject and go to Adjust. Slightly decrease the temperature and increase the contrast to help the person blend into the new neon environment. Controlling layer depth and making simple color adjustments is what separates a professional layout from a basic collage. Looking at the raw image next to the finished version shows how much impact these simple adjustments have on the final result. This framework is modular. You can swap the text and colors to fit other niches like gaming or finance without starting from scratch. To finish, go to the Share menu and download the image as a high-quality PNG. By treating your design as a system rather than a random choice, you now have a template that can be adjusted for almost any niche.